My name is Caitlin Akon. I played Enid on The Walking Dead, and you are watching Comiverse.
I'm the Doctor. I'm a Time Lord. I'm from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Kasterborous. I'm 903 years old, and I'm the man who's going to save your lives and all 6 billion people on the planet below. You got a problem with that?
No.
In that case, hello, Ozzy.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the 15th episode of Into the Comiverse. As you can tell by the intro, we're going to be celebrating Doctor Who later on in the episode. We're going to show off some stuff we picked up from this week's comic hauls. But let's introduce the panel first. We have Mike from Evil's Comics. What's up, buddy? Then we have from Canada, we have Travis, aka TM Nerdy.
Hello.
We have our buddy Cliff, who's fresh from Icon. What's going on, man?
Howdy.
And across the pond, we cannot be talking about the Doctor without having Dr. Von Hoot. What's up, man?
Hoot, 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 hoot.
Guys, how y'all doing this evening?
Pretty good, pretty good.
I'm great and exhausted at the same time.
Yeah, didn't I just see you over on S182's channel?
But that was pre-recorded, so like that was like safe. And I'm a horrible person. I'm like texting and driving, trying to like, give you guys comments while like I'm flying home. It was horrible.
Shame.
I mean, listen, I use stoplights, okay? I didn't like just, but like it was still bad.
Well, I'm gonna jump right into the chat. First off, if anybody'd like to join the panel, I've got the link right here. It's up at the top. We got Las Cruces checking in from New Mexico. What's going on, buddy? And John's Comics with Kids. We got Trev the Shipping Guru. We got Mr. TM Nerdy himself. Mr. Comic Cap Collectibles. How you doing? We got We got Mike from Evil's Comics. We got Comics by the Bay. I haven't seen him trash any Spawn issues lately. We got my buddy Tim. John says that Cliff doesn't get any breaks. Uh-oh.
I don't give myself any. It's terrible. It's actually gotten me in a lot of trouble this week.
And KBDM saying, hoot, what's up, everyone? Comics by the Bay. What channel am I supposed to be watching? I guess it doesn't matter.
We're all here for you, baby.
I'm gonna say Comiverse's channel. Like, go, everybody who's watching this, subscribe to Tony over there. He's the guy on the far left, far right for us. I don't know. He's the guy over there.
Yeah, but also the guy in the beautiful stuff. Let's be clear. Wherever you're watching this, make sure you are subscribed there, and then be sure to go to Tony's channel and make sure you're subscribed to him.
All right. Exactly. We got Della Suspense saying hello.
Dale.
Hey, Dan.
And that's it. That's all we got for right now for the chat. Guys, thanks for showing up. Before we get into the Doctor Who stuff, anything interesting happening this week?
I'm fresh from Comiverse, people, and I met the voice actor for that Transformer Devastator, you said?
Devastated.
Yeah, yeah, I can't wait for you to see the interview because Sam is a Transformers nuts, and he grabbed our buddy Sim to do the interview, and Sim has never done anything interactive with us. He appears on camera and he'll talk on camera, right? But he has not, like, the fact that he actually was interviewing someone, like, so he's like sweating. Sam is like, oh my god, this is amazing, and this dude is like, it's so cute. Now, I meet the dude like 25 minutes later, but I don't know who he is. I'm trying to get our friend Ramon, who's in charge of the show to come back with us. And he's talking to this tall, handsome, blue-eyed guy. And so I start talking to this guy, and then we start talking about how the initials of my channel and the initials of the council channel are COC and what that means. And now I've got my flirt on and I'm being dirty. And then Ramon says something Transformers related. I go, oh my God, you're a voice actor? He goes, yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, I hope I didn't scare this guy away or anything. But we talked a little bit after, and you know, obviously he's not interested, but he was very flattered, and that made me feel good.
Tremendous story already.
What a story.
Yeah. Awesome opening. I love it.
Cliff's got it going on.
Listen, nothing's gonna stop me. Nothing's gonna stop me.
Don't let it.
No, I don't. I mean, like, I don't want to go to prison, but I mean, nothing's really gonna stop me. I see what I
That
like.
might be fun too, you know. Everything could be an adventure, you know. Don't let it stop you. No, yeah, I'm just kidding.
Mike, I've visited friends.
Taking a dark turn all of a sudden.
Hey, it's in the name. It's in the name, guys.
It's in the name, Evil Mike. You're not Dark Evil Mike. That's it. That's your new name. Dark Evil Mike.
Dark Evil. That's on Sundays, not on Saturdays.
That's on Sunday.
So anybody catch the premiere of Monarch?
I don't have Apple TV.
It's got a free 3-month like trial.
Oh, it does? Okay, well, I'll have to get
Yeah.
Apple TV.
And I'm honestly, I'm not sure I'm that interested.
Oh,
I am
it's Godzilla. We
interested.
gotta be
I'm going to
Did
see
you
it,
not?
but
Did you
I'm not
not
going to see
like
it yet.
the Godzilla and Kong movie?
I
Like,
do.
and here's what you should do. You
Because
should wait
Godzilla
until
and
it
Kong
is.
appear in them.
You should
Wait,
wait until
wait.
it is all done. When it's
Yeah.
all over and said and done, to go get the free trial from Apple, because I think it's only 7 days. That's all I got. So Monarch, I did watch the first 2 episodes.
I think it depends
Good.
on what device you
I
get
like
the free
it.
trial from. You can get
Yeah, mine
longer
was-
ones if you're on a different device.
Mine was
So-
3 months, but I had it on my Xbox.
I'm going to wait until it's done and then just pay for it again, because you know I like getting Apple TV every now and again, checking everything out, and then just getting rid of it.
It
So, but
definitely
I
is a
do want
show
to see
that
it.
it's definitely a show you need to watch, because they do jump times quite a bit in the show, and it does. It confused me at a second. I was like, okay, how these guys tie into this, and then I'm like, oh, okay, that's the past. So you really got to pay attention to the time jumps.
That's what it is. They're doing a story that's told in the past and a story that's told in the present, and you're following kind of both sets of characters or kids of the characters, but it's kind of what it's really about, the whole how Monarch got started and back to that and stuff. And I mean, you talk about cameos right off the bat. John Goodman, got Kurt Russell on the show, his son. That's kind of one of the meta things. His son playing I forget his name, Lee Shaw, but he plays Lee Shaw, and then his dad, Kurt Russell, plays him at an older age. So I thought, you talk about meta.
Yeah, you got U.S. Agent in there. You got the guy that I don't know the actor's name, but he was like one of the 3 on Workaholics. He's in the show as well.
And Godzilla and Kong make appearances. Godzilla more so. Kong's kind of more picturesque, but Godzilla's, he's there.
Yeah, and there's more than just those 2 as well. There's other creatures that do show up.
New ones too.
Cool.
Another show just dropped on Netflix, all the episodes. It's fantastic. If you guys like Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the comic book or the movie, Scott Pilgrim Takes Off is freaking fantastic. The art style is fantastic. They got your original cast. All of the cast members are back from the movie. Like you have all of them back, voicing their counterparts, and it was such a good show. I ended up binging.
I'm definitely going to check that out this week. I'll probably binge it all in one go, to be honest. Yeah, I love Scott Pilgrim. It's a great movie, and if it's in line with that, then I'm all good. I mean,
anybody played the game?
Yeah,
No.
I've got the game.
Love the game.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
if you like your sort of 16-bit sort of style games.
Beat 'em up.
Yeah.
It's kind of like River City Ransom.
That's cool. I'm gonna get back to the chat. Yeah, KB at DM says something about got the 3-month trial. Monarch is good. I guess I'm about to look into that.
Yeah, do it.
It's pretty good.
Taylor says you sold me. I'm going to go watch Monarch now. Bye.
I love that. I'm abandoning you.
I just sent you the link, John.
It should have been in the chat. And
Yeah, I think it's in the
Yeah.
chat.
I think he was
Yeah, he
over
is.
on the other stream.
He plays
Oh,
one
okay,
of
gotcha.
the-
Yeah, I
Um,
sent it to him on IG. So check your IG, John.
So before we start talking about Doctor Who, anybody want to show off some pickups or got anything y'all want to show off before we start?
Okay, let's look at my bag from today. Oh, I'm not even visual. What's happening?
Yeah, I was gonna say you're not visual, man. All we see is your face.
Okay, look at my bag from today.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
so you got a couple of things to show off, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
There's
So
only one thing in that bag.
let's start with
It's that
So
tall
this
guy
was-
with the blue eyes.
this was my giveaway today that we did.
Ooh, Jim Lee.
Awesome.
Right?
And I won it, right?
Some guy won it.
I
and
thought
now
I
we-
won it.
No, now
Some
we're
guy.
hunting. Now we're hunting down the guy who won it. His name is Phil.
He's right here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Now
What a
I
coincidence! My name's Phil.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
I
real
mean,
name
that's
is
my
Phil.
alias.
It's not TM. People just decided to call me Travis one day.
Mhm.
Travis, you're too Canadian for this. So I got all of these books at $1 each. Fantastic Four, $5.51, $5.49.
Okay.
This one's a favorite from the era. If you lived in it, $5.46,
Okay.
$5.45.
Okay.
One of my favorite crossovers of all time, and all people my own age have trouble remembering it, and that's Atlantis Attacks.
I love
Oh
that.
Lord,
event.
I got that whole set.
Yeah, I love
I
that. event.
love it. Justice League 140,
Ooh.
Avengers Initiative 26, yellow cover.
Okay.
That one was for Travis. Thor 415, yellow cover.
All right.
Avengers Annual 15.
Hmm.
And this one I got for the cover. Power Man and Iron Fist number 75.
Cool.
Yeah, that is a dope cover.
I got an X-Men blank cover.
All right.
Hulk 393.
Cool.
Ooh, I like that.
Marvel's Greatest Comics 45.
All righty.
Marvel Super Action 37.
Hmm.
Avengers West Coast Annual number 1.
I
Yep.
remember that.
Wonder Woman number 37, just because.
Yep. Just
I like
because.
that.
Secret Defenders number 12.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah. The Spectre Annual number 1, because I just never remember seeing this before.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
cool.
awesome.
That's
Two copies of the variant cover to Batman 118.
Oh, right.
this-
Yeah, the
Gotcha,
first
gotcha.
safe.
All of them, $1 each. And I didn't even have to pay for them because my good friend Sim was just like, "No, I kind of own you one. Here's $20." Amazing.
Awesome.
So all for free.
All for free. Then I won one of Izzy's contest.
Oh. Hashtag rigged.
So he said, go pick a prize. So how could I not pick a slab?
Ooh. I love
Oh,
that.
wow.
So I got this 9.8 Gamora number 1 from Izzy. Then Izzy let me and Phil each pick a mystery bag from his table. At the end of the day, Izzy's fantastic. I can't say enough nice things about this wonderful man. And look what came in there. This James Tynion autographed Christopher Chaos number 1 with the COA.
You love that series.
I do. This Hulk,
Mhm.
Master of Kung Fu Max series number 1.
All right.
Justice League signed by Scott Snyder with the foil cover.
Ooh.
There's no
Oh,
COA
that
on
is-
this one.
That is so
That is
beautiful. That's beautiful, though.
It is beautiful. And it's the only one of that particular series of foils I'm missing. Superman, Action Comics 1000.
Oh wow.
Oh, nice.
Deadpool 22. Superman Angle 2023.
Hey,
Wonder Woman #1 Archer.
Yeah, Jim Goodness.
Penguin #1.
Great cover as well.
And this year's Penguin #1.
yes, and it's
Signed. Is that
And
signed?
it's mine. And of course,
Nice.
my lovely Izzyverse stickers. I mean, it was all. I didn't spend a dime today. It was wonderful and magical.
Sounds
Fifth
good.
is winning today.
Right.
so
Hashtag win.
And on top of that, we picked up about 45 new subscribers and 45 votes for the council, for Empire, for Izzy, but in the category where he's not against Empire. And maybe those 45 also went to Tony and Dr. Von Hoot and Mike in other categories.
Well,
No,
I'm not
thanks,
in. I'm not
thanks.
in there.
So
Thank you.
you leave out you mention everybody on the panel but me.
But yes, I'll take it.
Travis.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome to.
Y'all
I'm gonna say welcome to the show,
sir.
John.
Hey guys, how's it going?
How you doing, man?
Hey, John.
I feel like I've just been following Cliff all day. This is the best.
Oh my god, I love it. I got no sleep today. Apparently, I was up at 6 a.m. doing my unboxing so that it would premiere at 9 while I'm at the show. Then I set an alarm to make sure we could get on to wish Brian a happy 100th Breakfast with Brian, which I was super excited by that. I was because I told the guys, I said, I don't care that we're in the middle of setting up. We have to. Brian,
Yeah,
Brian may not be the Godfather, but he is our Godfather. I'm like, we have to be
that's
there.
right.
He's
Well, does
legally
anybody-
my godfather. Trev, the shipping guru, made Brian LCS my godfather at birth.
Hey, Sean.
Anybody else got something y'all want to show off that y'all picked up, or
I got stuff.
I,
okay? Who
you
wants
go,
to go?
Dr. Von Hoot.
I don't want. Let's-
Let's go.
Wait, did y'all see this? I did.
Oh wow!
Whoa!
No, you didn't show
Wait,
that.
I'm not done.
Hold on.
But wait, there's more.
Wait, did I
There's
get to show off this first appearance of the Great Gargoyle 2.0
Holy
Oh
cow.
wow!
that I paid less than $40 for? Shout out to Jerry the Jitterbug for teaching
What?
me through his videos how to use my comic shop. And that's it. I swear that's all I got.
How much did you pay for it?
43.
There's a beautiful face.
That's crazy. Nice one. So I went to a con last week, and there's a few things that I got, but I won't
Yeah.
bother showing it all. There'll be a haul video up soon, but this is so cool that I just have to show it to you. So there was a guy doing zombified sketches for only £20, and well, I thought I couldn't say no to that. So that's
Oh yeah.
I just
That's
love
cool.
it. It's,
I
it's
love
great.
that.
It's
I love
fantastic.
that.
It's really ace.
Bring it in a little close.
There be zombies in the spiral dimension.
Yeah, I love that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's really fun. That's what
How
one of my
fast is
favourites
that?
Well, we just went away, and he took a
okay.
photo of me, and then we went away, and he did it. And then earlier I shot a bunch of videos, and one of them got screwed up. So I'm just going to show you some cool stuff because it's already out, and I don't want to unbox it again. Well,
Now we expect you to re-box it, tape it all up, and then do an
Right.
unboxing again.
Yeah, I don't really
Yeah.
do that. I
Like
might
that.
do a separate video for this. I'm not going to bother with the raw books, but this was a slab that I got that I was very excited for, so I want to show it to everybody. But it is the most frightening thing that I own in the collection. It is Golden Age, and it is terrifying. The most horrific pre-code sort of horror book.
Ooh.
Little Scouts
It is
issue
terrible.
2 from 1951 with man's only natural predator on the top
The
here,
owl.
the owl.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm a little offended because this is from 1951, but it also looks like something that happened to me when I was 12.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah.
I'm glad that Cliff was here for that because that joke needed to happen. I'm just saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Where did the owl touch you?
Well, it's sort of the Brokeback version of.
Oh,
Yeah, just what the kids doing.
the Brokeback.
No, I love this. I think it's great. Like any owl cover, I'm all over. And the video screwed up. So let's show it to everybody because it's awesome. 1951, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I've got other stuff, but that's the fun stuff that I wanted to show.
This is a nice book.
All right, Travis, we'll move on to you, man.
I didn't know what to bring because I don't have like comics that come to me weekly, and that I don't have a comic shop near me. So I was like trying to figure out like what kind of theme could I do. And since
Just
the
show us
What
what
If
you've got.
trailer dropped, season 2 trailer, I thought I'd bring some of my favorite What If comics.
You know,
So,
I'm so tired of Travis hinting at the entire community that we need to open a comic shop at Prince Edward Island.
I want to know what happened to the real Travis because all of a sudden this dude is
Oh, it's
super
Marvel.
huge into Marvel. Yeah. What? Did anybody notice that, or is that just me?
well,
has he been
I
replaced?
still like I read nothing but DC. I get nothing but DC from my comic shop, Retro Rock. You can even ask him. But
You're poor,
And what are
Lucy.
you
I
gonna
do
show
watch
us?
a lot of Marvel. I do watch a lot of Marvel, like Loki. I've been talking a lot about Echo. I've been talking a lot about. So yeah, I've been talking a lot about Marvel, and I guess I'm showing off some Marvel right now.
Be a Travis.
It's the only Marvel series I actually like collect. So we got What If the Hulk had the brain of Bruce Banner
Nice.
from Volume 1.
I do like the What If series. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love What If.
I love the second the trailer for season 2 of What If. I know some people aren't liking it, but I enjoyed it. I thought I was
Oh,
like,
I'm sure it's gonna
all
be
in for
great.
this.
I really
like
like
the
the first season.
I'm going to give it a shot.
I can say there's some.
This is
I'm excited over others.
What If issue 23. What if the Hulk had become a barbarian with the Toys R Us shopping spree up above? Love that.
Nice.
World War Hulk.
Wasn't that the dream as a kid? The shopping spree in Toys R Us.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Amazing.
Was that like a thing for everybody all over the world?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Especially as a kid. Come on.
No, I mean, I
Alright.
remember.
Oh, go ahead.
No, just that I just like, you know how like sometimes you don't know if that was like a big thing outside of like
Yeah.
where you live, like, or outside the United States. I had no idea it was like a thing outside the United States.
Oh yeah, no. Toys R Us was huge here, just like it was everywhere else. Like there was a massive one in the town where I live, and it's the building is still there, so you can walk past it and just be like, "I wish it was still open."
I would
We
when you saw me with
we
Scotty-
have a Toys R Us here.
Yeah,
Canada still has Toys R Us.
Yeah.
But when you saw me with Scotty, I told a couple stories of my mom invading Toys R Us's when we were young, and it was fantastic.
All right. Next up is What If the Amazing Spider-Man had not married Mary Jane?
Oof.
Yep.
The Spider-Man we need. He would save this version of Spider-Man.
And then you got to compliment it with the next issues. What if the Spider-Man had married the Black Cat?
That's kind of happening right now, right?
Nah, she's
I'm not
good.
reading current Spider-Man.
It's finally good, Travis. It's finally good.
You know, so it's been up and down.
And what I really hope they do is like What If in the future, because we are getting Wolverine in the MCU. What if Wolverine was Lord of the Vampires?
That is like one of my favorite covers.
It's one of my favorite what if issues. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Punisher basically becomes like Blade, and he's like killing all the vampires. So cool.
Yeah, he's going after
Yeah,
Wolverine.
it's amazing.
Got it to go with a funny one. I really like this one. It's what if no one was watching The Watcher?
Yeah.
The dough cover.
All right, and these are all in order too. So like from I'm on volume 2 now. What if Wolverine had been Lord of the Vampires during Inferno? Just a sick
Inferno.
cover.
Yeah, that was part of the Time Quake storyline.
Yeah. And then I love this cover. I know Durs just showed up too, so he's gonna like this as well. What if Venom had possessed the Punisher?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Shout out Roscoe, Geek Out with Roscoe. He sent this to me, and it was probably like it's been like 2 years. But he sent me this because I needed it for my collection. What if the Hulk had killed the Wolverine?
Oh man, yeah, that cover is amazing.
Nice.
I love both of those.
Shiny and
What if,
embossed.
what if Wolverine had killed the Hulk, and what if Hulk had killed the Wolverine? They're great two-parter.
Yeah.
I don't got that one, which I think is issue 49 of volume 2. But I do have that one, which is good enough for now.
They're great, great books.
Shout out to Bleecker Street Comics, who if you guys want, like, are in Canada and you want to like check out his shop, Bleecker Street every Sunday. You can hit him up. He'll probably have some comics that you're looking for. I bought this off of him. This is What If the Punisher Became Captain America.
That is a really good one.
I think I got a couple left here. I did bring more than 10. Yeah. This is what if Rogue possessed the power of Thor.
Yeah.
I love the colors on this.
My girl.
That's a good one.
Hard.
That's a good one.
And then last up, this is quite newer, but this is what if Peter Parker became the Punisher?
That's pretty cool.
What is
Nice
that one?
certificate
What if
of
who came
authenticity back here. Peter Parker.
What is that one?
I'm intrigued. I want to read that.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever heard that one.
I haven't opened it up, but there's only 600 copies of this in existence, and I
Just
had,
the cover or the book?
Yeah, probably the cover.
It's got to be the cover.
IG.
Right?
It was IG Comic Store had issued a certificate of authenticity. This to authenticate this copy. What if Peter Parker became the Punisher? It's a IG Comic Store exclusive classic variant issue number 1. So I know that there's other covers. I remember seeing other covers. It's a little different, but yeah.
Yeah, the standard cover is just him like.
Oh yeah, that is right. We all have seen that cover.
wow.
It is Spider-Man.
Yeah, there's like two
got
they're
the
both
Punisher.
homages to different like comics, the
Yeah, I
different
do remember
Punisher
that.
keys.
Thanks, Cliff.
So
And then there's a
anybody
trade
got?
back of Orphan Black? I just pulled it out. I'm looking at it.
I love that show. When I love that show.
Yes.
Yo, she's
One of my-
such a good actress. She's even one of the voices of the characters on Invincible. I love her.
That's my favorite character she played,
Melanie.
Elena.
Helena,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think I ever watched it.
You need
Really?
to watch it, Dr. Von Hoot. You would love it.
It's good.
I know your type of style, and you'd absolutely love Orphan Black.
Yeah, I should have a look for that.
Yeah, it was really good.
I'm pretty sure it was on BBC at one point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, no, I remember it coming out, but it just escaped me somehow. It happens.
Oh yeah. Who
We
dropped
lose
it?
Mike.
Yeah, Mike dropped it.
Oh. Anybody got anything they want to show off before I get to mine, or have we got everybody?
John, you got
John?
anything over there?
I'm I'm a newbie to CLZ. I just started using the
mind-blowing.
CLZ app.
I love
Oh,
where
I
this
love
is
it.
going. I love where this is going.
So I
I've
have
been there 2
spent
years.
I have spent the better part of my day today inputting just my X-Men books. Now I've moved to the slabs, so I'm just in the midst of. I just did the first appearance of Jubilee, so I'm in the 200s now. So that's really what I'm doing. It's not like I'm doing anything like I'm not like these are not brand new books to my collection or anything, but it's been
I know,
fun.
but you got a slab Jubilee's first appearance there. I mean, like, feel free to share with us.
I mean, right? I can show you where I'm at if you want.
Yes,
Oh, I'm big
you're
fan.
you're doing slabs. Let's see it.
So yeah, here's Jubilee. Like a first Jubilee.
Nice.
A fine.
CLZ is life.
Yeah, I've become a bit of an obsessive here.
I'm with you,
I'm
John. I
No,
just started
I'm
seeing
curious too,
YouTube.
man. I'm curious because you have a pretty big collection. How did you keep track of your comics before?
I know the gray in the beard is evident, but I am old, and I was everything was by paper. Like I had
Yeah.
like
Yeah, me
I
too.
had like spiral notebooks just for different.
We are
runs
not
and
that
stuff.
old. We have Excel. What is wrong with everybody?
This was
I
this
hate Excel.
this was
I
our
really
this
dislike.
was
I
our
use it. It feels like work when I use Excel.
And
Paper
the
feels like fun.
notebook doesn't make you feel like Abraham Lincoln in his 30s. I don't understand.
It kind of does, and that's what I like about it.
It's a quill
it
and
makes-
ink out too.
I'm
Right?
an educator. It makes
candle.
me feel like I'm a kid again. Like I'm in school with my spiral
School.
notebook.
Well, as an IT educator, Excel makes me feel fresh and alive when I'm punching my comics in.
so back in the day,
really
this was
the
my
feeling I'm
CLZ.
getting now. Going through and adding all of these has been a
Yo,
lot.
that is gorgeous. And you've got the what do you call it too? The label?
Yeah, the X-Men label.
I love it.
So that's
Yeah,
that,
That is a hell of a cover. I love that.
And then
Right.
Bishop comes after that.
Oh yeah, oh
So-
yeah.
I love that.
I'm in the 90s, pretty hardcore right now. But I'm
Wow.
almost done with all of my
It's a good
Uncanny
era
books.
for the X-Men. Man.
Cool.
I've been saving the slabs for last because I knew it would take a little more time to input each slab's code and all that stuff.
I'm glad this person just jumped in too. Old Wolf Tony, like him scanning his comics before, never made you want to get CLZ.
No, it never did. Just
No?
because I want to do anything to bother Tony, it's kind of like a thing. And Tony's going to go live in 30 minutes and start eating hot wings. He's going to be suffering the rest of the day. So you can
Oh my goodness.
you can say bye to him. He's having a hot wing challenge in 30 minutes.
Look at that. Mad Spidey loves CLZ. Immortal Biggie Shack Show. By the way, I cannot wait to watch. I missed it and it's killing me. I cannot wait to see the episode of Only Slabs. I am sure it is spectacular.
Oh, Biggie
He has-
was throwing
Some
thunder.
great books. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's got firebooks. Come on.
You can't mess with Biggie.
Well, if nobody else has got anything else, I'm gonna do mine once I can talk right.
Oh, Mike.
Oh wait, hold on, Mike.
I just got one thing. There's the New 52s, the trade I was missing. It's part 2. I hadn't read it all, so I mean, it was $3. I was like, yeah, I'll grab that. That's all I got.
You get that at I guess our dollar store is like your where'd you get that?
I got that at my comic book shop.
Oh, okay.
I wish
That
I
run's
had-
really good. I really like that. It really got
I
me
love
into
the
the
art in
Suicide
it.
Squad. Yeah.
Not enough credit goes into a lot of the titles from the New 52.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's what when I really got into DC. So I have very fond memories of that run.
Well, I'm gonna start off with my new comic book day stuff. It was a light week for me. I picked this up for a buddy of mine. I already have like the regular facsimile, the full facsimile, and the original, but I got this for one of my buddies, the facsimile of the
Hey, man.
Omega Men.
Nice.
Then we got the new Green Lantern,
Hey.
and I went ahead and picked up issue 2 of this. Being a Captain America fan, I really love the first issue, and that's the Cap Wolf.
Oh yeah, cool.
That first issue really surprised me because I didn't know if that tied into the Cap Wolf story that happened in like issue 400 or something.
It's got
But
a
it
great
wasn't.
writer writing it, Stephanie Phillips.
Got the Immortal Thor. Got the new issue of Spawn. Where's Durs?
Where's Travis? He's a spawn.
Got the last
Like
issue of
Igor.
Big Game. I'm really looking forward to reading this.
Y'all,
Oh,
Love
it's
this
great.
series.
It's great.
Then I jumped on the G.I. Joe bandwagon. I got issue 301. So now I need issues. Well, I need a lot of G.I. Joe.
Continuation.
Then I got this. I mean, when I put it in my CLZ app, it took me a minute to find it because it's called the Larry Hama cut because they added some new dialogue. But I got the, I guess you call it cover A.
Yeah.
And I had to get this one, man. I was like, this is perfect. The Cobra version.
I love that they did that for the cover for this 301. So cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And now I did pick up 3 graphic novels from the mail. This one I got a V for Vendetta.
Oh,
And it, coincidentally, the box was damaged, but it was the one that came with the mask.
the mask.
Oh, nice.
So I got that. I have this in single issue format, and I wanted to get a trade so I could continue reading it, and that's Crisis.
Crisis.
Cool.
And the last graphic novel, this is actually a hardcover. I did a spotlight on the first issue of this. All right. And it prompted me to buy the graphic novel and read the whole thing, and that is The Crow.
Mm.
So I'm looking forward to getting into this. Like I said, I only read the first issue. And the last thing I picked up was probably one of the last slabs I'm going to be able to get for a while. I got this from my comic shop.
Yeah.
And no, actually, hold on. Let me backtrack. I'm wrong. I got it from Shortbox. I've got a my comic shop
Fooled
order
you.
coming up. Well, I got a Uncanny X-Men order coming in, but everybody growing up in the 70s, it was either Star Wars or this, and I got 9.4 Battlestar Galactica #1. Had to get it.
Battlestar Galactica.
So say we all.
And that
Tremendous.
is what I picked up this week, or got in this week.
Very cool.
I love it.
So without further ado, I guess we'll go into tonight's topic, and that is the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who. I'm going to read some little things I wrote, and then we can chime in. Y'all chime in that I thought were kind of interesting. And I got my little buddy with me. And okay, so of course Doctor Who started on November 23rd, 1963, with the premiere of An Unearthly Child, Part 1 of BBC television, starring William Hartnell, William Russell, Jacqueline Hill, and Carol Ann Ford. It was created initially as a children's television show, and the character, the Doctor, was partially inspired by Sherlock Holmes. The Doctor wasn't referred to as a Time Lord until the Series 6 episode, The War Games, and his home planet of Gallifrey wasn't mentioned by name until 1973. Of course, if anybody knows has watched Doctor Who, the regeneration from different actors, that concept wasn't introduced until William Hartnell started having health issues. So they introduced that concept so that way fans wouldn't get mad when they replaced the actor. The TARDIS only looks like a police box because its chameleon circuit or cloaking device is broken, because it's actually initially supposed to, whatever time period it goes in, it's supposed to blend in with the time period. But it's broken. Tom Baker has the longest tenure as the Doctor, with 7 years and 172 episodes. David Tennant holds the reboot record with 6 years and 47 episodes. And if you've been keeping up, you know he's coming back for the 60th anniversary specials as the 14th Doctor.
Yep.
The 11th Doctor's look had created a demand for bow ties. Go figure. And two other facts that I've got is David Tennant's wife, I don't remember her name, is the daughter of Peter Davison, the 5th Doctor.
Yep.
Yeah.
And due to mishaps through time, through the decades, whatever, there's over 100 episodes of Doctor Who that's lost.
Yep.
And some will probably never. Now they've gotten there. I have seen things where they had like found the audio and they did an animated cartoon or vice versa. But yeah, for the most part, a lot of them are lost. So guys, that's my facts. Let's talk about who wants to start off. What for those who grew up watching Doctor Who? For me, it was Tom Baker. My wife knitted me this scarf a few years ago. I grew up watching Tom Baker when my aunt used to watch me as a kid. I can tell you, William Hartnell was the first Doctor, Tom was the fourth, and then I really didn't really get into it till after I started watching the 2005 reboot with Christopher Eccleston. I didn't put everybody to sleep, did I?
No, I regret.
No, listen.
I gotta tell you. So I got into it with Christopher Eccleston, and I regret when it was airing on PBS when I was a kid that I was like, my father's like, "This is Doctor Who. Don't you know what Doctor Who is?" And I'm like, yeah, I enjoyed the Vivid Video Batman series very much. But anyhow, but yeah, but I didn't really get into it till the Christopher Eccleston era, and then I don't know, my parents and I were barely paying attention to each other, and then after my father passed away, then I'm watching all these older Doctor Who episodes. So I was like, man, I could have been watching these when I was a kid.
It's interesting. It's reading Biggie's comment.
Yeah.
I have a similar story like Cliff. Oh, sorry.
No, you go for it.
I have a similar story. I didn't get into Doctor Who until probably 10 years ago. But I started with the reboot at that time because I thought that's where, not knowing Doctor Who, I was like, ooh, okay, they're rebooting it completely. I didn't know it even continued from the first. But I started there and watched it all the way up until Tennant, and I got so into it, I went back and watched everything that they have because you can't really watch it concurrently. But that's kind of how I got into Doctor Who.
That's cool.
So as a kid, my first Doctor was Sylvester McCoy because 80s, and he is responsible for one of the only episodes of anything that's ever given me nightmares. There's a circus episode that absolutely terrified me as a kid, and I watch horror movies and stuff all the time, and I've never had any sort of reaction to it. It's weird that it did, but I still very, very well. It's like a bus full of circus characters in the sound. I barely remember. And there was another, and it's a couple of dreams as well, which is really interesting. Anyway, I digress. Then after Sylvester McCoy, as you all know, Doctor Who sort of went away for a while.
Yeah.
During the 90s, and we had the American crossover movie with
Paul McGann.
Paul McGann, Eric Roberts. Yeah. And I didn't really pay any attention to that. And then the first episode of the Christopher Eccleston one came out, and I thought, I'll check it out. And I watched it, and I realized I don't like Christopher Eccleston at all. And I didn't watch any more Doctor Who until Matt Smith's first episode. So I didn't watch any of it. And then I became obsessed with Matt Smith in that first episode, and went back and then rewatched all the Eccleston, and it was coincidentally Badger had just been born, so I had two months off, and we just basically binge watched all the Doctor Who during that time period. Absolutely love it. It's loads of fun. The latest season I can give or take. The last episode was great, but the actual season was a bit the writing was a bit wonky.
Have you come around to appreciating Christopher yet, or are you still get that guy out of my?
I really don't like him. I never have. I've seen him in. There's one movie that I think he's quite good in, and you'll be surprised to hear I can't remember it.
Is the movie Shallow Grave? Because he's great in that.
I think it is Shallow Grave. Yeah, with Ian McGregor. Yeah, it is that movie. Awesome. There you go. So you found the movie that I like.
Early Danny Boyle, I think too.
Yeah.
I was going to say the only movie I really remember him from was Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah, he's not good in that either.
Yeah, but he's not really good in that. And I just saw
Well,
it the other night.
he was in GI Joe, wasn't he?
Yeah, he played
Maybe I don't remember.
Destro or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just I've never like the thing is the episodes are really good. I just don't really like him as an actor. So when I went back and revisited them, I did appreciate the episodes. Just had to grin and bear him being in them. You know,
I'd say
one of those things.
my biggest problem with that season with him on it isn't him for me. It was like they were still trying to do this hokey kind of, it's at all like if you start at his first season when they started the reboot and then you go forward, his is the more like kind of cheesy, kind of gimmicky, like comedic. All the other ones they took a very serious like sci-fi route after that. Like I don't know
I
if
think
it's
probably they were testing the waters. Like they didn't know quite how to pitch it quite right at that point, and then they like really nailed it with the second season onwards. And sort of elements, there are really good episodes in that first season as well. Eccleston aside.
Yeah, and it's so funny because obviously they just did not enjoy their work relationship with him because and what's his name who plays Captain Jack? He's like, yo, like I invited Eccleston over to my house for dinner and stuff, and nothing. He goes, but David couldn't wait to meet my husband and have dinner with us and come over with the family. Like it was a whole different experience.
Eccleston, it really rubbed my nose the wrong way when he left as well because of the way he handled it. Like he just didn't want anything to do with it, and it came off like quite rude and dismissive. And I remember seeing interviews with him doing it, and I'm an adult at this point, but like I'm still quite young and thinking like people shouldn't act this way to like legendary characters like this. It's one thing to not do it. It's another thing to like act sort of contemptuously about it.
It's okay because karma took care of him because Malekith is trash. All right, so that's okay. That's okay.
I can say one good thing about the Christopher, his season, Eccleston's, was the whole bad wolf thing because that's it started that not getting into Doctor Who and not knowing what it was, especially because and I was explaining this backstage. Doctor Who is one of those shows that I stayed away from because it felt like gimmicky sci-fi. I'm a huge sci-fi guy, but to me, and it had nothing to do that it was for us over here it was like PBS. I think it was on PBS or whatever, but it had nothing to do with that. It always looked interesting and stuff like that, but it was like the fans and they just had like a very gimmicky sci-fi. So that was one of the reasons I shied away into it. But getting into it and finding out that it's not just a episodical, like that there is a continuing story and it has like the Easter eggs, like the bad wolf stuff was one of my favorite parts of getting into Doctor Who. Like, man, what's this bad wolf stuff? What's this, going to turn out to, but also, I forget her name, but was it Rose? Was that her name, or was that her mom's name?
Yeah.
She's also my favorite, like, companion that he picked up at all. And I do like some of the other companions, but for some reason, she was the one that was like the most gung ho, the most like, she appreciated the experience. Like, hey, you want to go on a time travel? That like, she was the only one. If you go through a season, she wanted to see like the end of time. She wanted to see like other planets, aliens. I thought that was like one of the coolest ideas because, in other sci-fi stuff, it's like when everybody sees the alien or whatnot, or the reveal of a planet, or it's always the fear or the terror of just the idea of that. So, I mean, you had this girl that not only wanted to see like different aspects of time, she wanted to experience them. I thought that was really cool about her character. I don't even remember her name. What was her name? Was it Rose?
Yeah,
Rose. Yeah.
Billy Piper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I always loved it when she came back in season 4 with the guns and just was ready to kick somebody's ass.
Yes. Oh my god! And the Weeping Angels, by the way, can we just jump right into that?
yes.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Yes. 'Cause I
Angels
was waiting for
are
somebody to bring that up.
phenomenal and terrifying, and I freaking love it, and I hate them so much. It's so great.
I think the episode Blink might be the best episode altogether. It's
Absolutely.
really
It's a
perfect.
great
Yes.
episode.
Yo,
Especially
wait!
the
Oh my!
fourth,
A standalone episode. You're right. Standalone episode. It absolutely is.
all
But
the
some
Weeping
of-
Angel stuff.
all the
That
Weeping
bit-
Angels. Do you know what
'cause
pissed me
isn't-
off? That there was a reveal about the Weeping Angels in class, and then we never got any more class.
Yeah. Class was really good as well.
Ha-
You
yeah,
might say
actually
it was
pretty good.
class.
It was
I love
class.
It was classy.
No, the Weeping Angels are cool. That whole because it kind of ties. That was one of my favorite things about Doctor Who because they do tie into like modern mythology and cryptozoology, and stuff like that. So it's not too far. It's like hearing that story of because I know Travis, he doesn't know about this. So like the Weeping Angels, that story about a statue that where they only come alive when you turn your back or whatever, or when you close your eyes or not looking at them, like that. It's like a natural fear in everybody. That's like why Toy Story was so like easily like, yeah, I think that concept has been there like for everything, like Annabelle, toys coming alive, that kind of thing. But man, you
It's
talk about some
sci-fi, but
creepy stuff.
it flirts so closely to horror that it's brilliant.
It's horror.
It's horror. I mean,
You talk about when the
gotta tell
angels
you.
finally got close enough and they had all the blood coming out.
Yeah. Oh my god! But when they got rid of,
you find out they're a
when they got rid of
race.
Amy and
Rory.
Rory. Yo, Rory kept lighting those matches, and the creepy little baby angels kept getting closer to him, and I'm like,
Yeah.
The cherubs, yeah.
I was so mad. By the way, I was furious because in a show about traveling through time and space, I hate when there's these scenarios where like, I can't, I'm the doctor, but I can't. I'm like, bitch, we just saw you melt a door with the screwdriver by turning the setting to 1800 years. I don't want to hear this. Like,
Actually, as far as the TV show goes, it's actually got some of the best well-written answers to stuff. Like he brought that up earlier, how they transition from actor to actor and how they explain it within the show. That was one of the, being a first-time viewer and coming across that, it was probably one of the coolest, like, easily thought of gimmicks to use within a TV show to change your actors and keep the story going.
oh,
I thought
and
that
don't
was
get me
so
wrong,
inventive.
that there's lots of great, like high intelligence stuff that they thrown at us, which is probably why I get so mad. Where I'm like, this is how you get rid of the two of them. Unacceptable. And then it's like, oh, River, when you go to visit your parents, I'm like, this is bullshit. You can go visit them. I was like,
It's a fixed point in time. I'm sorry.
no, I
Right.
know, but you and
Yeah.
I, we know it's bull, right? This
Yeah.
isn't the crucifixion of Christ, okay? It's Rory and Amy, baby. Like, I don't understand. Like when Doctor Who is like, oh no, we cannot go to the crucifixion of Christ. Like, it is forbidden. I can see it. I
Okay.
can see it. You know?
But they went to the fires of Pompeii.
Right. They went to the fires of Pompeii. And which, by the way, the other Doctor is technically there.
Peter Capaldi's in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
episode,
yeah.
isn't
I
he?
love that. I
Yep.
love it.
Karen Gillian's also there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. But
Yeah.
it's almost you could revisit that episode and play it for laughs, right? Like I kind of like that.
Maybe we should let Travis know that Amy was played by Karen Gillian, the lady that played Nebula in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, does that help you?
love
Travis?
her.
I do like her. Yeah.
She's a
I
great.
do like her.
She's a big part of the reason that I started watching that show. Like, I'll be honest
And
with you.
her, her
That
parts.
first episode when she's doing the kissogram because they can't
Yeah, the
say
kissogram.
stripper or whatever. And
So-
she's dressed in the police uniform.
For somebody that was
I
going
quite
into it,
taken.
how where would you get them to start? Like, what season do you want them to start with? Season 1,
The
or could they jump in and
Now-
Well,
I would say that
what would you like out of your Doctor Who experience? Let's
Yeah,
start with
that's
that.
If you try to
Do
start
you-
with the classic one from the '60s, it's a nightmare. I'd start
Right,
with
but
the
do you
That's
reboot.
why
like?
I'd say
Do
start
you
with
want?
the reboot
Yeah. Do you
because
like horror episodes of like? Do you like horror or sci-fi mixed together?
Yeah.
because
don't
in a
mind that.
nutshell, this is basically like the Twilight Zone or Tales from the Crypt. You know, every episode it's kind of like a different dilemma, a different issue, a different cool thing to experience. But there is a continuing story that's woven into the background of that. That's why, and I wouldn't say none of the stuff in the beginning really carries over past the reboot, era.
No.
They do reference it, but
I
And
mean,
in
story
wait,
there
wise,
is, but it's sort of
like
it's self-contained, tenuous,
yeah,
sort of like they'll use characters, but like you don't need to know what happened to those characters particularly to get
that's
it.
like
I mean,
when K9 and the girl first shows up because technically they're
yeah,
from the
Sarah
before that,
Jane.
but
Yeah.
they
Sarah
kind
Jane,
of
yeah.
and they explain it like easily and
Mm,
where
yeah.
quickly like who these characters are, who or how they were connected to the
I
Doctor.
think the important thing to note is even though it's been going so long, you don't really need to know any more than what the information they give you at the start of a season. If
Yeah.
you pick like you pick, say, I don't know, Matt Smith or you pick Peter Capaldi, it will give you all the information about that Doctor when they regenerate. So
Yeah.
you don't really need to know what happened before.
Because they always start off kind of fresh.
Travis,
And
Yeah.
Travis, I am recommending starting with David Tennant.
I think that's a fairly safe bet. I mean, he's
Yeah.
he's very high on a lot of people's lists of favorite.
And I do like David Tennant. I'm hoping that he comes back and plays Purple Man in the MCU because he killed
Yeah,
it.
that'd be great. Yeah.
We cannot have Purple Man in the MCU. He could be in an R-rated Disney Plus show. He cannot be running around Marvel. Unless it's an R-rated Marvel movie. But we cannot
And
let
we're
that
starting
character
again.
on the loose. That is a dark, bad man.
Oh yeah,
We
he is a
cannot
bad
have
man.
that.
Yeah, for sure.
him and his son.
Well, he doesn't have a son yet in the MCU, so let's not go there.
Oh yeah.
Every night I try to project
That's
into the
Scar.
universe what I want from the next two Avengers movies. Every night.
So I'm gonna throw some things out here, and I want to hear what y'all think. Of course, your favorite Doctor. And I'll be fair. If you want to do one of the old and one of the new, go ahead.
Sylvester McCoy and Matt Smith probably, but I mean, they're all good.
Yeah.
They're like except for
They're all
Eccleston
good.
because I hate. Yeah. All
I'm
solid
gonna go with
choices.
Tom. I'm gonna go with Tom Baker because he was my first, and David Tennant.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think mine's Tom Baker and Matt Smith. It's really close to David Tennant. They're both good.
Yeah, they're
Matt
very
Smith
cool.
just brought.
I really like Peter Capaldi as well. I think he was.
Yeah,
he
me
was
too.
great.
Yeah, I love Peter. Peter was great.
But he had some of the worst written episodes, and it pissed me off to no end.
Yeah, there were some stonky.
And the only one who
issues.
suffered more, is Jodie Whittaker. Like
Jodie.
Yeah.
it is unforgivable how bad the writing got, and I was like so upset because people were crapping all over her for being the first woman Doctor, and then they were the worst episodes I had the displeasure of watching. Okay, positive thinking.
Well, I was gonna say I love Jodie and Broadchurch.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Amazing. Because it was a great show.
I mean, she wasn't terrible in Doctor Who. It was
not
what Cliff
her.
said.
It's the
Yeah.
story.
It's
The writing isn't there in a lot of her seasons,
Yeah.
which is a real shame. I also think she chooses to play the character in a way which is not
I agree.
as dramatic as you sometimes
I
want.
would
She's
have been
she's
great.
stiff.
Yeah,
I would be fine with how she plays the character if the writing lived up to it, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just it's like I can feel what she's trying to give me, and the writing is
Some of the writing
supportive.
is absolute trash in some of her stuff.
It has broken my heart, and even episodes that open strong deteriorate, and I'm like, what happened here? Anyhow, I will say, I cannot choose between Tennant and Matt Smith. I ended up loving them both a whole lot. They're my Sophie's choice. I can't do it.
I'm gonna touch on Jody real quick. Oh, pun intended. Now, now what I was gonna say is actually like the when she first started, I think she may be the only doctor that I know of where she actually made her own sonic screwdriver.
And that was neat, but it was one of those things that got swept under nonsense, you know. I'm sorry that I'm like so disheartened. Also, if you look at the whole opening season with her, they will introduce a character who I'm like into for a hot minute, only to kill them 30 or 45 seconds in.
Yes.
And that really
I hated that. Yeah,
I really hated that.
Don't watch Game of Thrones.
It was worse. It was worse in her season.
My thing with the Jodie Whittaker series is they gave a lot of what the Doctor should have been solving to the companions, of which there were far too many. Like they gave them a lot of, so the Doctor almost seemed a little bit like muted and not as powerful.
Yeah, it's like they didn't want to utilize her in the story. Like, I agree. It was
like they nerfed her powers and stuff.
Yeah, it was like because she was the female Doctor, and it went into the show
like it at all.
with nobody backing her. They kind of had her in the background versus where she should have been in the forefront. You know, she turned into Watson versus Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, that's
Tony. I apologize, but I got to bounce out of here. So
all right, John.
Sorry, guys.
Hi, John.
It was a pleasure having you here, John. Come back anytime, man.
Yeah, sorry, I was just doing CLZ the whole time.
That's all right.
We have fun.
Take it easy, man. Well, I'm going to go to the next one, and that is, we touched on it a little bit. What are some of your favorite episodes? Of course, we talked about Blink.
Oh, Blink!
I would have to say that one that I haven't watched, but that one was fantastic.
We briefly referred to The Angels Take Manhattan.
Yeah, that's great.
I said I don't remember episode after. I remember Blink. I remember the Weeping Angel episodes, but a lot of the episodes, I don't remember their names. I just remember what happens during the episode.
Yeah, that is a problem.
I don't remember all of them.
The Vampires of Venice, I think it's called.
Yep.
That's a great episode.
The Fires of Pompeii.
Right. I'm sorry. Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead.
Forest of the Dead.
I can't.
So is that the one? Are those the episodes with David Tennant?
They are with David Tennant, but they're also like a huge big reveals about River Song.
Oh, I love River Song. She's awesome.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. There was a bunch of good episodes.
I'm just gonna have a quick Google of the names because
there was one about the wedding, they were stuck in like a time loop, and they were trying to stop like a vampire or something from sweeping in, but it was like the day kept restarting. But I think that was the Christopher Eccleston's season.
I know what. Yeah,
it was with Rose.
I know what the name of that episode. Yeah, because she was trying to keep her dad from dying.
Yes. And he was on the street in the car. That was a really good episode. I remember like later on there was a World War One episode where it was about an orphanage and they were trying to like save the kids from.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
The
one where they were running around going, "Are you my mommy? Are you my mommy?"
Yes.
I like that Santa episode too.
Which one?
The Santa episode where they're like,
"No,
Santa shouldn't be here. This isn't right. Like he's not real, right, Doctor?" And he's like, "Yeah, no, but maybe he's supposed to save us." I love that whole thing.
The mannequin episode on Christmas.
Yeah,
I keep going back to season. I keep going back
to that
first
episode. His first.
The episode Mike was talking about when they take place in World War II has one of my favorite lines from Eccleston where he walk. I forget where he goes into. He goes in somewhere. He goes, "I'm looking for a blonde and a Union Jack," and I did not wake up with a craving.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so could we really talk about the big goose in the room, right? So for Travis, okay, so there's a whole bunch of villains within Doctor Who. It's kind
Yeah,
of
that
the
was my next thing.
spice.
Villains.
It's kind of the spy, and I've been wanting to talk about this, and especially as a new viewer, let me explain something because the show wants to like beef up this villain because it's major villain, his major bad guy is the Dialects. But when you first come across the Dialects, from my standpoint, they were like the weakest looking. Like, why is this guy scared of this trash can looking like?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because you don't meet the Dialects at first. You meet a whole bunch of badass, cool looking, scary stuff before you meet the Dialects. And then you meet the Dialects and you're like, wait a minute. That's what killed all the Time Lords? That's what this Time Lord is scared of? Like,
Yeah,
okay,
there is a definite leap of faith you have to take with how effective the Daleks are.
But it's one of those things where it gets better.
On what Wellbore did say. I know that it's connected with Doctor Who, but I have watched Torchwood.
Torchwood.
Yeah,
Torchwood was good.
Damn
How did you
them
watch
for,
Torchwood?
damn them for not continuing that series.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where are my queer sci-fi Brits now? Nothing.
And if you,
they're in the shadows.
After hearing about this, I will be watching the. So, which season is the one with David Tennant?
starts off with the Christmas Invasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
All
the
right,
second.
so I will try to find those episodes and I will watch them and I will get back to every single one of you guys.
I'd be really interested to know whether you dig it or not, just because, you know, it's not often you get a property like this that somebody hasn't seen anything of. You know what I mean? It's you have fresh eyes to it, as it were.
TM, if you like the early Tenet episodes, wait until the Master shows up.
Oh shit. Dude, you're gonna get
my nipples are perking.
Master. Yeah. Do you know who I want back with her fucking Joan Collins shoulders and everything? I want the Rami.
Missy.
I want her back.
Oh, you want who?
Who?
Rami, the other Time Lord, the woman.
Oh,
okay.
Big shoulder pads,
Yeah.
all the Time Lords that I want to come back. Bring me that bitch. I love it.
Donna was cool.
Wellbore says he loved Donna Noble, and she's going to be back in the new specials that are coming
Now,
out.
I want to know if he's just going to show up and grab her or if he's going to fix her.
I hope he fixes her.
I want him to fix her because I feel like that's just this terrible thing that we've done to this character, right? Like,
I don't want her to die. I don't want her to die.
No, I don't want her to die. I want him to fix her. And for God's sakes, if she is going to die, fix her first so she can go out being what we grew to love.
Exactly.
Well, most of the companions, that's kind of the bad part of the story. Is most of the companions, like, he just drops them off, leaves them, like.
I mean, it's an inherently tragic tale, isn't it? Like a guy that's around, or a girl that's around forever. And
gives you this brief moment.
Yeah, you get a moment in time with this person, but ultimately you're going to be swept to the wayside and discarded.
I gotta tell you, this is why I loved Sarah Jane and the other old.
Oh my God.
First of all, her series is actually wonderful for a family series that it was designed to be. Yeah. I loved it, but having her reconnect with other past companions and like they have their own adventures because they're like, well, we've dealt with this kind of crap, so we can handle this. You know, we have the experience, and I loved her. And for her to pass away of cancer was like devastating. But what a great! She gave us 5 good freaking seasons or series of that Sarah Jane's Chronicles, and like it was great. Yeah. But I love the idea that they could connect with each other, and they didn't even hold it against the Doctor. They're like, you're freaking immortal alien. Like, we kind of get it. Like,
yeah, I love that in the last episode when they've got that group meeting with they're all sat around doing like an AA meeting for companions is a really fun idea, and true as well. There are enough of them that you would
in the
you'd
same
try
time
and
frame.
reach out to somebody, wouldn't you? If you
Yeah.
knew this one thing that the rest of the world doesn't really know, but you know that a few other people know about it, you would talk to them.
So let's talk about companions.
I'm really fond of Ace from the Sylvester McCoy run.
I love Elizabeth Sladen. We've talked about her. I even loved Carol Ann Ford, who played Susan in the first with William Hartnell.
I like Susan.
I think she may be the only one that referred to the Doctor as grandfather, and I still don't know what that was about.
Yeah, that was weird.
And of course, we got to talk about Donna Noble, Rose, Amy.
Yeah.
Does River count as a companion or what?
I've never really counted her as a companion, more of a partner.
Right, because she's too advanced for what she is. I guess what really ticks me off is like there's these big swabs of time where we are not with them, right?
Yeah, we don't know.
So, but it's clearly enough that they create a very full blossomed romantic relationship.
Mm.
And River always, whatever version of River there is, River always knows. She always knows enough. And it's so fascinating. Like even when River is still in baby River-ness, right? Like not baby, but you know what I'm saying? When she's still like the early stages of River song, she's still looking at him and saying shit like spoilers. Like,
yeah.
Like there's like I was like, but how do you freaking know?
Oh yeah, this just pops in my head. Hang on a second. Sorry. Yeah. Just because I've just remembered it. Have you heard there's rumors about the Paul McGann series?
Yes, I heard about that.
Like apparently they're looking to do a spin-off series with Paul McGann as the Doctor on Disney Plus.
Yes,
which would be wild.
How does that work?
It'd be from his era of being the Doctor.
Yeah, they just said it in that time period.
I think that'd be pretty cool to finally, get him in something just beside the movie.
I love Paul McGann as an actor, so I'd be well.
Do you remember the 50th anniversary where they actually did like a 10-minute film with him?
Yeah,
I was so freaking impressed that they went out of their way to do it.
Yeah,
all the movies have been really good.
Yeah.
I know, but that wasn't even a movie. That was like let's make a video, throw it online, and like ignite the fans. Like that
5,
shit
10 minutes.
was wild. Yeah,
I think I don't know. It feels like the fans really want it, and I certainly want it because I think Paul McGann's like one of the most unsung actors that we've got because he really hasn't done a lot other than like not loads of stuff, and I've always feel like he should have got more, and I want him to have more as the Doctor because he deserves it. It's awesome if he wants to do it, of course. But
I always remembered Paul as that squeaky voiced little guy from the Three Musketeers, the one that kept going, D'Artagnan.
Well, I'm a massive fan of Withnail and I, so that's my McGann.
I'm so sad that I remember him from Queen of the Damned because that is just not a great place to be.
Wait, he's in Queen of the Damned? I missed that.
He is in Queen of the Damned. He is. It's just like
my God, Queen of the Damned.
I haven't seen that movie since the cinema, so I couldn't possibly tell you.
I mean, even by the way, in 2009, he was in a movie called Lesbian Vampire Killers. I mean, this poor guy. Poor guy.
That's a terrible movie as well. I really wanted it to be good. But
it sounds like it's got a great name.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's a winner, but like
it's about all it had, huh?
It's very sort of PG-13. With a name like Lesbian Vampire Killers, you want.
You want R-rated crazy. That's what you want.
It should have been, the British version of From Dusk Till Dawn, but it really wasn't. Like,
I want to point out, Wellborn mentioned Martha Jones, and she is a fantastic story arc for a companion. And
Yeah,
a
I do like
companion,
Martha Jones.
and a companion that's like, okay, I see what's happening here, and I'm going to go. Like, I have to leave. And I always like that. She was like, nope, I packed my bags. I'm out.
Yeah,
I always
I
like
kind of appreciated that we got to see that. You know, it was the opposite version of the
Yeah.
companions that kind of pined after they got left, because that's basically what Rose did from that time. But I mean, story intended.
but Martha saw it coming and was like, that's not going to
Yeah.
be me. And
Yeah.
I've packed my bags and I'm leaving. I'm like, yes. And she was yes, absolutely, she was a badass.
Yes, she was.
So
I
I
would
just looked, and Doctor Who, all of Doctor Who is on Prime Video for me. So
Oh, nice.
I do have
There
Prime
you
Video,
go.
so
There you go.
Well, you
Yeah,
I
got
will
to
be
start
watching.
people, baby. You got to.
yeah.
I think I'm going to have to watch some after this. It's got to be done.
Yeah.
So
It looks like it's season
It's a
2.
great show.
I'll be jumping right into.
Yeah, the David
It's
Tennant.
the one with David Tennant.
And I would,
Yeah,
I
So I'll
would
be jumping into that, and I'll
suggest,
watch that first.
I would suggest, start with season 2. If you like it, you're gonna want to go back and watch that.
Yeah,
first
that is definitely my plan.
because there's a lot of story elements that
Yeah, that's
start
true.
from
There
the
are.
first season.
Now, in fairness, Travis, there's gonna be a little bit of a roller coaster adjustment period when you watch it. So we're just letting. I'm
not sure if I'll watch it tonight, because I do have like 7 comics I need to read by tomorrow. So
Oh my!
Get it done, get it done.
so I'll probably read those. It's just because I'm behind on Danger Street. Danger Street, I'm like 3 issues behind.
Oh, and that's so much reading. It's the best written book full of dialogue.
Not the
Yeah.
issue that he's on. The issue that he's on is not a lot of.
Well, I'll have to read number 9, 10, and 11.
Yeah.
He's
And
got
then
a lot of talk.
Now, did I ever ask who the favorite villains? I may have forgotten. Did I mention that already?
no,
You
we
did,
didn't.
but I don't think we
didn't
actually
really
covered it.
touch it. Yeah.
Shoot, I got a list.
I don't
Well,
know.
my number one is the Weeping Angels.
Yeah, that's,
My number 2 is the Master. My number 3, the only villain I liked prior to the reboot, is freaking what's her name? Freaking knockoff Joan Collins, Rami, whatever her name is. I loved her. Give me that bitch. I want her.
And I did kind of like the Daleks, even though they were.
I do like the dialects. That's not. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah
What
that's what I
about-
was saying.
But
That's
what
what I
about
was
the
saying.
Cybermen?
Well,
Love the Cybermen.
the thing I always thought was the Cybermen should have been the Daleks. Like they look way cooler than the Daleks.
You know what I?
But
you know what I always
but
thought?
the Daleks are the more devastating force.
Powerful.
Like, they are.
But they actually went into a war with each other at one point, which was fascinating.
Yeah.
All of them, right? The Time Lords,
but-
the Cybermen, and the
But
Daleks.
this is the important thing to remember about the origin of the Daleks, right? They became this weird ass looking cyborg creature that they are because of the nuclear war that they suffered.
Yeah.
Right? Like they are the product of a war of a world torn apart by nuclear war, and that is the motivation for what they've become. And then, of course, because it's nothing but the birth of a race based entirely on pain and suffering and hate. That's why their whole thing is exterminate. Like, but it's goofy, but it's less goofy when you realize that is their origin, right?
Yeah.
That is the seed.
No,
for what they
their
are.
story's dope.
Yeah,
Like
guys-
the first.
I'll go ahead. No, I was gonna say I got to show y'all something my daughter just brought in, and it's Doctor Who related. And it's funny that the first thing I flipped to was what we were talking about earlier with the "Are You My Mommy?" and it was The Empty Child.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
This is a book. It's the Doctor Who 100 Scariest Monsters.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
But anyway,
Yeah,
very
that was a great episode.
Yeah.
No, but the dialects, that's what I was saying. They come off gimmicky and stuff. You just power through it because their story is phenomenal. Like, once I mean, because they actually have a well written and interesting, like, why they're doing what they're doing, like why the Time Lords are scared of them, like, the Cybermen. My thoughts on the Cybermen is they're not even villains. They're just like a race that got caught up because of the whole dialect and Time Lord thing, and they just turned into a villain because of all that. And I think, like, even their appearance and stuff, because they look like men, like, I think that kind of shows, like, because I don't remember if we got a standardized origin from the Cybermen. Did we? I don't think so.
I'm sitting here looking at some of the monsters. Every time I flip from this page, I keep forgetting what I looked at.
They were cool.
Very good.
Show us some. Make you big and show us some, because some of these, it's like I don't remember, because I'm trying to remember a lot of the episodes.
That was let's see, what page was that? Oh yeah, the Silence.
Yeah, that was a good episode. I
And
will
then,
say the Buffy the Vampire Slayer did a little better.
I just thought of that whenever you showed me the picture. I was just like, yeah, those things. That episode creeped me the frig out. Like, it's like the number one creepiest episode I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Now, Travis, I can't tell you that not every Doctor Who villain you see is going to be great, like this thing.
Well, that guy's cute.
That character really freaked out Badger whilst we were watching it. Like when she was younger, we were like really, because of what happens and what it does.
What was that episode?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, I don't.
It kind of reminds me of like what's his name? Baruch. What's his name from Legion?
The Ood.
Yeah, I do like the Ood, dude. Those 3 episodes, wasn't it like 2 or 3 episodes? That was really good.
Yeah,
that's what. So that's what Roscoe looks like when he shaves his beard.
The adipose children. This is not a safe way to lose weight. I'm just saying.
Right.
Oh my.
Adipose children was weird.
Oh man, I forgot about the Centaurians.
Centaurians are amazing.
He was another one. It's like the first time you see him, like he comes off so gimmicky, but like the more they show him, it's like the cooler he gets, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I forgot they had this book. I'm about to re-educate myself.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's funny. I didn't remember any of these until you showed, and then I'm like, oh yeah.
Now these were some of the weirder episodes. The Slitheen. They tend to pass gas a lot.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to find who was the guy that played the Master? Was it John Sims?
John Sims. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who played the Master during Tom Baker's run, and I can't remember his name.
No, I couldn't tell you.
But
well, unfortunately, he's not quite that memorable.
Yeah, because I don't even remember.
Apparently. Well, I just remember, and now that I said Tom Baker, it might not even been Tom Baker. The one where the dude had the goatee. Was that Tom's run?
I don't remember. I don't remember the Master until way later on.
The Zygons. Suckers for hands, venom sacs in their mouth. David Tennant kissed one.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. How long are the episodes? Are they an hour long?
Most of them are hour long.
40.
Yep. Some of the specials run longer. Be prepared.
Yeah.
All right.
You
so
gotta
I'll stay, like, do I need to start with a special?
Kind of. It does start with a special.
The Christmas Invasion was a Christmas episode.
Yeah, I think that's
I
a
go to
Christmas
Google.
episode. So.
Go to Google and ask it like Doctor Who's watch order, and it'll probably tell you. No, that was cool. The Emperor dialect. I liked all that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it's on Amazon, they'll all be in sequential order, won't they?
Yeah, it's all in order. Like they have, I'm pretty sure it's like 10 seasons they have on there right now.
If you start the first episode of series 2, and it doesn't start with his regeneration, then I would go back to the previous one because that's probably the special. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess I shouldn't show the Daleks without showing
Yeah,
That
Davros.
guy's creepy.
Yeah, dialogue's
Yeah.
cool. And they're basically like Krang. They're like Krang in those little robot.
Yeah, I really,
I
really
was gonna
like
say,
Davros.
I found a
Yeah,
picture of
Davros.
Mad Dalek can or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, adipose,
Adipose and the Silurians.
Silurians.
Silurians. I remember that.
We're in here.
Okay, so it's saying here, like I'm on
I
Prime
love
Video
them.
right now. It's saying that the Christmas special is episode 14 of season 1, so that's the one I'm going to start.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
And to
right.
be fair, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was episode 13 when if you just want to see him change into David Tennant.
Yeah.
But
I think that's in that 14th episode. I think.
is it in the
both
14th?
Yeah, I think
Oh.
Eccleston changes and Matt Tennant starts. from there.
It says like the description of the 14th episode
Yeah.
Christmas special. It says David Tennant steps into his role as the 10th
Yeah.
Time Lord. Yeah. So
Yeah. I
think I'm
it's
gonna watch
close to
that
Christmas,
tonight.
so now I'm definitely watching it tonight. It's only an
It's a
hour
great. It's a
I
great
fancy
episode.
it. Yeah.
I showed the Slovene again. I got messed up because I know I did see the Silurians in here somewhere.
Yeah, I remember them.
I was gonna say, when in doubt, read the table of contents.
I remember that one episode where they went to where it was a Rose episode. Might have been a later one though, because it was Bad Wolf related. But they went to that one planet and they had like hundreds of different aliens on that planet. It was on some space station.
Here we
Remember
go.
the cat
Here's the
episode?
Silurians. Oh yeah, I remember the cat episode.
The cat. I think that was a.
Oh yeah, you mentioned the cat episode, and that reminded me.
There was like a
Oh,
whole
what was-
planet of cats.
Oh yeah.
I don't
was
even
with the
remember.
Scarf- That was with the Scarf Doctor. I don't remember. I'm bad at the names.
Yeah.
But it was the Doctor Who that wore the scarf, and it was like I think it was a 2-episode thing. And he went to that planet, and it was like I forget what the problem was. I think they had a disease. Yeah, there you go. And then they all looked like nuns.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, that's a David Tennant episode, wasn't it? Hell, I don't remember.
Maybe it was. I don't know. I thought it was an
Because-
older.
It also featured Return of Cassandra.
Now that I do remember, and that's in the.
Moisturize me.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
shit was weird.
Yeah, it was.
I give you breath. I give you the gift of breath for my lungs.
Right.
I just love the lesbian detective cerulean action that we've gotten.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like I will watch the hell out of a series of the two of them solving Victorian era fucking mysteries.
Oh, all
I
day,
would-
mate. Like I'd watch
Like,
that
why
every
they
day,
ha-
all day.
why they haven't said, you know what? Maybe because the actress is like, do you need me for 6 hours of makeup every day in this
Yeah.
goddamn hair? Like,
okay. The last one I'm gonna mention is, let me see how I can put this: the saddest deaths or departures, because a lot of companions. We could make a list, and they don't necessarily have to be companions, because the first one I'm thinking of is the Kylie Minogue. That episode we had
oh
Kylie
my
Minogue in it.
god, I
Yeah.
loved her in that episode, and I was like, well, this is it. We got it one
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Outer Space Titanic.
I'm actually drawing a blank on how all even Rose included, how all the companions got left
Okay, I don't know what's wrong with you because this show is filled with nothing but sadness. How about when
Amy
they
and
could
Rory.
not save Amy and Rory pisses me off, but how about when they could not save the baby? How about when they could
Yeah.
not save the baby? Where I was like, oh look, it wasn't the baby after all. We fooled you with the same trick a second time, Doctor. That shit was so depressing. And worse yet, River is right there and can't say a word.
Yeah.
I just for some reason drawn a blank at all
Yeah.
of them. I can remember when they came back. I remember when Rose came back. I remember when, like, I I can't remember any of the departures.
I mean,
or
the first thing that sprung to my mind when you said it was like David Tennant's like regeneration, because
I remember all that.
when he's like, I don't want to go, like
Yeah.
his performance in that moment is just like, oh shit, like we're losing somebody, like I mean he's dying.
Right, and even though it's a regeneration,
yeah.
he's fully aware that this version of himself is a death.
Yeah.
I can remember all that. I remember all the transformations because for me they're all kind of memorable. Even the Eccleston one going into the whole Tenet run and Tenet to Matt Smith.
Well, I was gonna say Matt Smith. The speech Matt Smith gives.
Yeah, that's a cracking speech.
The companions. I'm drawing a blank.
You know the one where Clara's in the Dalek, but doesn't realize she's a Dalek.
We haven't even encountered her as a companion yet. Yes.
That like is heartbreaking. That whole episode is amazing.
I do remember that now.
Yeah, I always loved that part where Matt said, and I'll always remember the doctor was me or something like that.
Yeah. Great stuff.
But you know what, Clara leaving, that was a little bit sad. But then when she basically had her freaking time traveling freaking diner, I was like, okay, well, I don't feel that bad right now. Like, I expect to see the Adventures of Clara someday, where she just like shows up with her time traveling diner, and it's like, did you want a cup of coffee?
Oddly, I can remember every time K9 exited the series or sacrificed himself, or I can remember all those moments,
The part where David Tennant tells him you were a good pup, and he goes, affirmative.
Yeah. That like those episodes hit me more than some of the companions did. The whole K9.
I don't know. Every
that made me cry.
Every time adult Sarah Jane encountered him, I thought I got emotional.
Yeah,
she was one of my favorite characters. I mean, just the interaction.
Even I want to say it's a testament to these actors who did not work with her to channel that they're a character that has like what they brought, and maybe the energy she gave them too, right? Maybe her presence helped evoke, but the relationship was so real. I love this. I love this with excellent acting where I forget about the actors. I'm so caught up in the scene, right? All her interactions with the modern doctors always left me like, oh my God, like Sarah Jane.
She was just a phenomenal actress, and every time, all her scenes and storylines were just phenomenal. It's the same dude with, what's his face from Torchwood, all his moments during the show.
Oh, there's someone who's a solid actor, but they gave him excellent material to work with.
He was he was so good in the show you're talking about. And wasn't he only during the Eccleston? I mean, he came back during.
No, he was there for Eccleston. He came back a lot for Tennant. He even came back for Jodie Whittaker. But then this stupid crap came out about him, he was acting up on set and whatever. And I'm like, do not cancel my man like this. Like, no, like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably less said about him, what he's been up to, the better. But the character and his performance, awesome.
Top notch.
Now, I don't know if we've touched on it, but even John Hurt playing the War Doctor in the 50th.
The War Doctor, when the War Doctor first appears, is one of the biggest pops I've ever had on watching Doctor Who. I just went, fuck, boop. Like I was like, this is the greatest moment in TV history type deal, because like I love her. Like he's just so much gravitas, and it's a shame he didn't get to do more.
Yeah,
because it was right towards the end of his life, really, as well. But just what a cool thing to do. I love that stuff.
Well, what did y'all think about? I cannot think of his name, so I'm going to refer to him as his role he played in Harry Potter. But the janitor from Harry Potter, when he showed up as he was playing the first Doctor in the Christmas episode with Peter Capaldi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I did like that.
I wasn't sure. I really was like, are they going to be able to sell this? And then I was like, oh my god, they really sold this.
Yeah,
Well,
the
because
They
you
did a
know,
great job.
he did
That's
play
just
William
reminded
Hartnell.
me of it. Ah,
No, he played
He-
William Hartnell in the BBC freaking
Yeah.
The movie.
Yeah,
right, the docudrama. That docudrama is so effing good. I forced
good.
my mother to watch it. All right,
Yeah,
I
it's amazing.
couldn't get over it. I loved it.
I don't remember that actor's name, but he is a phenomenal actor because he has such a small role in Harry Potter, but
Yeah.
before then and after then he's in major
that's
roles.
what it's called. The
Tri-
Christmas Carol episode. It's just amazing. That's what
Yep.
got to be one of my favorite episodes. It's
Oh yeah.
Oh, the
phenomenal
Christmas one.
when she's trapped in the chamber and they have to come back.
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah. It's just an amazing episode.
TM, Travis, the docudrama we're talking about, they did a show called An Adventure in Time and Space, and it was about the real life way that they started the Doctor Who show in the 60s. And that guy played William Hartnell in it.
Yeah, it's like how they came up with the idea and stuff like that. Now,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good. Like you could watch that on your own and just be like, "This is so beautiful."
It was good.
Well, I was going to say, if Travis wasn't in Canada, I got,
It's all on Prime Video. I can watch it.
Boy, got swag.
oh, yeah. I've got now, as far as physical media goes, I'm up to Series 9, but I've got everything on Vudu. They're running a sale right now.
I'll be back in a second. I've just remembered I've got something pretty cool.
Uh-oh. Go get it.
That's actually one of the biggest fandoms that I don't have a single merchandise from, like T-shirt.
Well, see, I've got DVDs. I boxed K9 back up. It's the first time I've ever taken him out of the box. And my wife's scarf, a Doctor Who comic put up somewhere. It was like the second appearance of Doctor Who in the United States. It was a Marvel premiere. But that's about all I got.
I don't own anything. You, Cliff?
Of Doctor Who particular stuff.
Merchandise?
I have a few sonic screwdrivers.
I do.
And you know it's funny, my very first one, 2015, a group of my students got it for me.
Before I've had like a TARDIS coffee cup and stuff like that. I do like the police box, the TARDIS. I think it's one of the coolest.
Listen, let me tell you guys something that devastated me. So when I was much younger, I always dreamed that I was gonna have this epic gay wedding, right? And it was gonna be comic book and sci-fi themed. And anyhow, every mother lover has beaten me to it. Beat me to the punch. Around the early 2000s, this couple had a Nightwing and Batgirl themed wedding, and I was in tears. And the whole theme of the reception was the carnival that Dick Grayson grew up in. Right? And they drove off on a Batgirl motorcycle. So I was furious. Then I was like, that's okay. I'm going to have the gayest sci-fi wedding ever. And around 2008, these two guys from across the pond release all of their save the dates and everything. And it's both of them coming out of the TARDIS. And they both have a sonic screwdriver. And it's so freaking adorable. Anyhow, that was it. Those two weddings started to destroy my dreams. And now everyone has beaten me to everything I want for my big gay comic book sci-fi wedding.
Wilbur made a comment that it was David Bradley who played William Hartnell.
Yes, it
Thank
is.
you.
David Bradley. What you got?
All right. Let me make DVH bigger.
So I've got no there's no certificate of authenticity or anything, but this is signed by Matt Smith and David Tennant here.
Oh wow,
That's cool.
Yeah, which I bought off eBay. It's a shame there's no certificate or proof, but apparently they got it signed at a premiere or something. So
I
It's
got a
pretty
lot of
cool,
stuff
but
like
you can barely see the David Tennant though. It's sort of fading.
yeah, it's so
Which
faded.
is a bit of a shame. It's there though, but you just can't really see it on camera. Pretty cool. And I just forgot about that.
And you talk about one of the coolest vehicles within sci-fi because, like, appearance, you know, for somebody like Travis, somebody that doesn't know about the TARDIS, it looks so just
It's
basic.
awesome.
Yeah, but like once you learn about it, oh my god, it's one of the coolest.
Yeah.
You know, just the explanation of the inside alone. Like, I mean, it's infinitesimal.
I really, really want a Doctor Who Transformers crossover with the transforming TARDIS into a robot. It's just, it has to happen one day. It'd be an amazing toy.
Right.
My head hurts just thinking about how they're gonna make that happen. And now I can't stop thinking about a TARDIS Optimus Prime that just shows up as a freaking tractor trailer.
But will it be bigger on the inside?
Of
Yeah,
course
say
it
roll
will,
it.
because it's no fun otherwise. Not to mention all the wonderful gay sex jokes I can make about it.
Oh.
Optimus, it's so roomy in here. I didn't know that you were a double Y.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Roll out.
Well, I'm gonna go around the horn and we'll start with DVH. And what you got coming up, DVH?
So I shot a few videos today, so hopefully I'll have something up on Monday, and on Friday there'll be unboxings. One of them's definitely going to be my C3 haul because I did that today, and I'll see what I feel like putting up on the Friday. So there you go. That's the cut of the jib.
All right, Cliff, I choose you. What you got coming up?
Well, today I took over. Today I took over. You know, I have my unboxing video from Old Man Collectibles, which went up this morning. Later this week, you'll see some stuff. You'll see much stuff from the Council of Comics that we recorded today at Iacon. Tomorrow I've got, you know, the box office at 5 p.m. Eastern time with the Council of Comics, and we're reviewing Soul Food, which we watched this week. 7, I'll be on with Durs. Monday, 8 o'clock, we'll do our thing. Thank you for everyone who drops by in the middle of watching 30 comic book community people on at the same night. So thank you.
Is that why you got 45 people to not vote for Between the Lines?
Absolutely, yes. And Travis, don't worry, we threw some votes for you. But listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, there was like 3 that we were pinging away at, and then like anyone else was just cannon fodder, right? Because we were trying to spread the love to the best of our ability. So, and then of course, right, we got the Monday night thing. We're always filming on Tuesdays. I finally opened my Ollie's pack, so you will see that video sometime, probably tomorrow morning or Monday morning. And there's actually like some comic book art. There's some artists who are coming to the shop tomorrow, so that's great. And final thing, I will not shut up about it until it comes to pass. December 9th is my toy drive at Alternaverse Comics. DM me if you want more details on Instagram. Send us stuff for the toy drive if you can. Send money to the link on the Facebook, or I'll send it to you through DMs. Let me know. Whatever you can do to help our community, I appreciate it. It's year 14. We've been killing it this year. But, you know, we really had a good time. Oh, I saw Ryan G. Brown today, and he said if he cannot make it on the 9th, he will put together a package of stuff that he has left over from New York Comic Con, his Turtles covers, his Spider-Man covers, for us to have a silent auction package on the 9th. So that was super cool.
Cool. Travis, what you got coming up?
Well, tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, I'll be over in Legion of Comics channel for At Week's End. We'll be talking about comics, movies, TV shows, pop culture news, and more. Definitely probably be touching on Scott Pilgrim and Monarch over there, as well as like the super amount of DC comics that came out this week. Monday, I'll be over in Geek Out with Roscoe's channel at 8:35 p.m. Eastern, where we'll be welcoming somebody that we were supposed to have on the channel a while ago. He's actually done covers in that. His name is Cooker, Jamie Cooker. He will be on over at Geek Out with Roscoe's channel, and the theme is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So if you guys would like to draw from home, feel free to do so. I just finished watching Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. I'm thinking of doing like my thoughts type of review on the show and like recording that and then editing it down and putting it up. Who knows? I might do that. Very, very like there's a good portion of me that wants to do it, so I'm probably going to do it. I just got to get up the nerve to do it because I'm a pretty nervous guy when I'm recording things, not going to lie. And lives is where it's at. Lives, I don't have to think too much. I just say it. Just split. Yeah. I just spit a little bit. Hopefully you guys like that. Other than that, I just dropped a little clip of like what I'm going to be gunning for Free Comic Book Day on May 4th, 2024. In that video, I have the actual link in the description of all of the comics that are coming up Free Comic Book Day, and I'm super excited for Free Comic Book Day 2024. That's about it. Other than that, Mondays Between the Lines, rotating between mine and Roscoe's channel, so go subscribe to Roscoe.
Cool.
Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. Mike, what you got?
Not all that much like them guys. You know, they got all kinds of stuff. No, just reviews, always reviews. And then Sunday nights, me and Trev, we do our little live stretch. I think it's like 7 p.m. Eastern. But in like 3 weeks, I'm gonna get sculpted by Nana Blaston. She's gonna do a head sculpt, so that'll be kind of interesting. Yeah,
she did great on with Trev, man.
Yeah,
she's phenomenal. She's fast too. It's like she's like, damn, Mark. Nah, that's about it.
Well, it's all relative, wasn't it? Like a 2.5 hour long stream that Trev.
It was.
Well, I got Monday, of course. Okay, tomorrow, hopefully I'll be able to join Durs for his show, The Sesh. And then Monday, I'll be dropping another unboxing. I don't know which one it's going to be yet. And then Tuesday, I'll be doing episode 12 of Tony's Keys. Thursday will be the next spotlight, which is, let's see if I can say this right, Albedo Anthropomorphics #2, the first appearance of Usagi Yojimbo. And somewhere in the middle of that, I did a yellow covers challenge. I'm going to do Trev's $1 comics challenge. So I'm going to try to do a video for that somewhere in the middle of all that. And we'll be back in 2 weeks for another episode of Into the Comiverse. I'll be out of town next weekend. I'm going to my buddy's house in Conway to give him a Thanksgiving meal. So I'll be doing that. Probably hit the Bat Cave. That's about all I got.
That sounds great. I owe Travis a yellow covers comic, and that's why when I was going through that dollar bin today, some of those covers are yellow covers.
Yeah,
y'all, I want to thank all y'all for hanging out on the panel. I want to thank everybody in the chat for hanging out and everybody watching in the replay. We're going to get out of here, and until next time, we'll see y'all later.
Go vote.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go vote for the
Midnight
CBC
Eastern
Award.
Time.
This is the last day, midnight Eastern time. Yeah, go vote.
Go vote. Go watch Black Clover.